Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Season 1, Episode 7 of An Englishman Abroad, where we are out in Indonesia managing Sulut United. So in the last episode we went through the drama of winning the playoffs, which means we are now going to be promoted into Liga 1. And this is going to be the season review episode. However, the game seems to have decided not to give us a season review, so we are going to have to go through the old-fashioned route of breaking it down as we go along. So we're going to start off here where the game seems to be a bit confused because it seems to think that we have finished in 5th position, which is a new high, and it's our first season in Liga 2, and it's an all-time high finish for the team. It then goes on to say that we are 2nd, which is crazy. I think that's broken. We have a record low number of wins. It says we have a solitary win in the season, which is a new team low. So I really think that something's wrong, something's broken here. A record low haul of league goals with 9 league goals in a season. Low points of 5. Okay, so our end of season rewards. Althor Moran was voted the fans player of the season with 35% of the vote. Danny Rajanto scored goal of the season against Persipon. Let's see if we can actually have a look at that. Oh, nice little achievement unlocked there as well. So here is goal of the season. It's cut in from the right wing. Hits it left-footed, low and hard past the goalkeeper. Fair play. That was a really good goal. So close that. Signing of the season was Ahmad Buchori, and young player of the season was Danny Rajanto as well. We got a team of the season kind of over here, a bit odd looking. We have no goalkeeper, even though he is there somewhere. And Polly, Tata, Parwan, Runtalolo, and Buchori, Remer, Pamana, Zola, Moran, and Kafi are in that team, which is strange that the young player of the season, Rajanto, isn't even in that 11. If we look at our seasonal performance analysis report, we were quiet and impenetrable in defence. We were aggressive but wasteful in attack. We far exceeded all of the XG targets. So our XG was 47.4. Our actual goals were 59. Our expected points were 46.2. We achieved 59. And our expected position was 2nd, and we achieved a 2nd position. So in terms of the general performance, we are performing well above average statistically, which is great to see. And the nice blue map fits largely over the green map, which is the Liga 2 average. So for next season, these are the objectives that have been set out for us. So we have to sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. We have to play attacking football, play direct football, play counter-attacking football. We need to work within the wage budget, have a minimum 2-year contract for first team players. I presume that's to ensure that they stick around for long enough to help the club grow. In terms of the 5-year plan, we need to be working within the wage budget, have those 2-year contracts, and then by the end of next season, we need to fight bravely against relegation. My contract will be then renewed as it expires, and then from the end of 2023 season, we need to repair the club's financial damage, continue remaining in Liga 1 all the way through till the 2026 season. In terms of the squad dynamics update, we have a good dressing room atmosphere. Managerial support is very good. Currently have no team leaders, which we might have to look to address in the next transfer window. Try bringing in some players that are a bit more influential on the team. In terms of the team season meeting, end of season meeting even, we went through that, offended all the players by telling them I think we can survive, and they just seem to think we are going to get relegated. So interesting to see what actually happens there. And then we have sent all the players off on their end of season break. If we look at the awards for the league, Althar Moran finished 3rd in terms of best player of the year for Liga 2. Moran also finished 2nd in the top goal scorer awards. We didn't have a player finish in the best young player of the year. I was named as coach of the year winner for Liga 2. And my director of football, Ronnie Effendi, praised me for winning that. We had players named in the team of the year. So Darmawan in goal, Polly at centre back with Bachori at right back, Pamana and Remer and Moran all made the team of the year. We've then got a few details in terms of staff members signing, contracts expiring, and then we are currently working at an A- for our managerial report. We've just got the club promoted. I should expect we are held in high regard at the moment. The board are pleased with quite a lot of things. However, there are a few players that they are disappointed in as well. So that rounds out the end of season review. What we're going to do now is push forwards. For the rest of the video, we will see what happens right before the start of the new season. We're going to have all the players that come in, all the players that leave, go through the finances and everything involved in those deals. And I'll see you when we come back at the start of season 2. Okay, so here we are at the 3rd of April 2022. We have now jumped forward to the start of the Liga 1 season. We're going to have a quick look at some of the ins and outs that have gone on along the way. Be prepared, there is a lot of them as we have practically transformed the entire first team. So as you can see, the list is quite extensive. So we're going to run through pretty quickly as to the players that we brought in. So we've got Iksan is a defender right, 22 years old. Vicky Aditya is an attacking midfielder, also 22 years old. Kanu Halmiwan, he is a 20-year-old attacking midfielder. Tuakia is a 20-year-old central midfielder. You've got Serdi Efifano, he is a striker, 19 years of age. Tuahira is a 21-year-old attacking midfielder right. You're going to see a pattern emerging here. Mandoan is a 21-year-old attacking midfielder centre. Adrianas is a 27-year-old midfielder. Rocky Wackham, he is a 29-year-old striker. Coco Araya is a 22-year-old right back. Maulana is a 22-year-old defender right or left. Picked him up for his versatility. Fandi Eddy is a 32-year-old central defender with plenty of experience at this level. Mariano is a 29-year-old defensive midfielder. Again, another one with plenty of experience at this level. Ataruri is a 31-year-old defender left. And then the list continues. Nico Malau is a 31-year-old attacking midfielder centre. Another one with plenty of experience. Joko Sasonko is a 31-year-old striker. Negro Facho Roman is a 25-year-old central midfielder. Yuan Darmawan is a 30-year-old defensive midfielder. Kevi Sayertian is a 22-year-old central midfielder. Hamra Hanusa is a 22-year-old defender right. Marcel Cararabo is a 27-year-old striker. Indra Mustafa is a 22-year-old defender. Fredian Wayu is a 23-year-old central midfielder. Adhasi is a 26-year-old defender left. Siafai I is a 25-year-old central defender. And Evande Yaranga is a 24-year-old central defender. So as you can see, a pattern is emerging where we are just trying to strengthen all across the team. We had a look through the players that were available on the free transfer list. Anybody really who had enough experience at the level we are about to play at was brought into the team. But that really isn't where the list stops, as if we have a little look back. Where are the other ones gone? Okay, so there's a few more here at the top of the list. So the first player that we actually brought in is a player called Phil Younghusband. He's a 34-year-old Filipino with bags of experience. He's had 122 caps with 54 goals for the Philippines. And I think even though he's at the wrong end of his career, I think stepping down to this level, he's going to be a brilliant acquisition for us. And then the other one is Sebastian Abreu. Really couldn't resist. I'm going to have to show you actually how many teams this guy's played for. At the age of 45, he has been all around the world. So he has played in Uruguay, Argentina, Spain for Deportivo, Gremio, San Lorenzo in Argentina, Mexico, various clubs, Nacional in Uruguay, then back to Mexico, Argentina, Israel, Spain, Greece, Brazil, back to Uruguay, Argentina, Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, and then finally he's ended up in Indonesia. It's a bit of a mad one, and really, I'll be honest, I don't expect to use him as a player who's going to get in behind, but he is going to have the knowledge to pass on to other players in the team to hopefully produce a bit more out of those players and to bring the level of the game up a little bit more. I mean, it looks crazy. He's got pace of 3, but he's got finishing of 14 and jumping reach of 16. So if we can get him lined up on the corners, and also he's deadly at penalties, if we can get him lined up at corners, then we are really going to have a good shot at getting some goals out of him. So the other thing to look at is the finances. So as you can see, we have 22,000 left in the bank. That is going to evaporate quickly. I presume that we might struggle in Liga 1, so we kind of spent all the money on wages, which means we are now overspent by nearly £5,000 a week, which could put the club in a bit of trouble, but if we are successful, then hopefully the club will make that back pretty quickly. If not, it could be a very long season. So if we have a look at the schedule, last thing to note before we finish this episode, we had a really good pre-season. Didn't play anybody really of note, but we had a 9-0 win, followed by a 7-1 win against our under-21s, 4-2 win, a 2-0 win against our under-18s, who performed so much better than our under-21s. Don't know if that's a bad sign or not. And then rounded out with a 5-1 win against PSKT. So we're going to leave it there. In the next episode, we are going to kick off our Liga 1 campaign and see how we get on against Bayangkara FC and Persijap. So if you're looking forward to that, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with everything going on out in Indonesia, including following Sebastian Abreu at the ripe age of 45. Hit the thumbs up to let us know that the channel is producing content that you want to see. Any comments you have, leave them in the box down below. And until the next episode, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.